So love, praise, and gratitude, these ascended attitudes that help us live in an upward way towards the level of Christ consciousness. But I want to be clear that expressions like these aren't something that we're trying to put on. We're not trying to gain favor with anyone or anything. We don't love because we're commanded to love. That's not our motivation. They're not done from a place of ego. We don't praise someone because we're trying to soothe their severe insecurity or to pamper someone. We don't praise someone because we're trying to puff our own egos up. That's not our motivation. These three things, love, praise, and gratitude, aren't done under any false pretense. We're not trying to outwit or outweigh the opposition. And what I mean by that, outwit or outweigh the opposition, it's not as if, if I can just love, or if I can just praise enough, or if I can just say thank you enough times that which is opposite of love, praise, and gratitude will somehow magically disappear from my life or from the world. We're not superstitious about it. That's not our motivation either. When we exalt our thoughts and our feelings into this exalted realm, out of the material realm of the either or, as I call it, when we elevate our spiritual vision into this sacred place of the Most High, love, praise, and gratitude become our way of life. They become as easy and easy to express as just breathing. They become as obvious to express as drinking a glass of water when you're thirsty. That's love and praise and gratitude coming from us. So it's in this exalted place, this consciousness that I'm talking about, above the realm of duality, where love is not the opposite of hate, because love is all there is. There is only unconditional love. It's in this exalted consciousness, this ascended attitude, where praise is not on the level of the personality ego. Oh, you did a great job. You're really talented. Oh, you really can write songs. No, it's not on the level of personality or ego. Praise is the glorification of God, yes? Yes. God expressing in and through and as you. God expressing in and through and as me. God expressing in and through and as every person in this life and beyond. So when I say that Unity Center of the Desert is all about love and oneness, I'm not really talking about love that's hearts and flowers, although that's a beautiful thing. I'm talking about unconditional love. Think how powerful that is. Unconditional love. This spiritual center, this group of people expressing, radiating unconditional love out into the city, out into the state, and out into the world. Think how powerful that is. When I say, as I often do, that Unity Center of the Desert's all about love and oneness, I'm not really talking about the oneness where we all join hands and sing Kumbaya, although that's a wonderful thing to do, too. No, I'm talking about a cosmic connection. I'm talking about an unbroken wholeness. I'm talking about a cosmic consciousness of which we're all a part of, that joins us together and allows us to respond to one another even on subtle, imperceptible ways, even when we're supposedly physically apart. I am with you always, and you're with me always, like we talked about last week. So I'm always flabbergasted when someone says that unity is all about positive thinking. I remember not too long ago, someone said to me that I gloss over the realities of life. And I said, "Oh, really? What is life? I know what life is. There is only one vibration in the universe. Hinduism has taught that for millennia. There's only one energy. Scientists are finding more about that every day. There is only one life. It's God's life, expressing in and through and as each one of us. And anything unlike the expression of God is not real. It's not true. So I'm looking at the reality of life. I'm looking at what's real. I'm looking at the expression of God. Our job, our purpose, is to allow this expression of God in and through and as us. And anything unlike the expression of God, I say, get behind me, Satan. It's just trying to keep me stuck in this dense material physical world. I said, get behind me. Get out of my sight so I can keep my sight on the divine. Get out of my way so I can continue on this onward, upward spiral toward Christ consciousness. That's not positive thinking. That's seeing and knowing the perfection of life, regardless of outward appearances. But positive thinking is a good thing. Positive thinking is a helpful thing. I'd rather think positively than negatively, wouldn't you? Yeah. But when you're on that level, that's all a part of a certain level. This realm of duality that I'm talking about, this place of, this land of either or, as I call it. When you're on that level, though, you're always in a place of taking hold and letting go of. You're taking hold of this relationship, this situation, this condition that I've deemed to be good or desirable, and letting go of this person or this place or situation that I've decided isn't so good. Taking hold, letting go of. Also in this place, this level of duality, you're always in a place of judgment. This is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong. I want this, I don't want this. But when we lift our thoughts and our feelings, these inner vibrational energies above that realm of duality, then we lose the judgment. We lose our self-judgment because we begin to accept and know and integrate and express that we're made in the image of the divine. So we realize our wholeness and our value, regardless of what outward appearances may be. And we understand our purpose, that we're here to express God in all that we do. So instead of feeling fundamentally flawed or fragmented or broken or partial, we become integrated with all of life. Doesn't that feel good? To be integrated with all of life. And as we do, then we become harmonious and peace-filled. And love, praise, and gratitude naturally go out from us, just like on the wings of a dove. So in this exalted consciousness, this ascended attitude, we also lose our judgment of others, because we begin to accept and know that they too are made in the image of the divine, that there is no separation between us. I am you and you are me. That's why Jesus, when he was being put to death in such a violent, angry, judgmental way, said, Father, that which is divine within me, oh, I got to clear this all out. Forgive them. They don't realize what they're doing. That as they're doing it to me, they're doing it to themselves. And they're doing it to all of humanity. So in this exalted, ascended place, this consciousness that I'm talking about, our identity opens up and expands to include all of humanity. Love and oneness. Love and oneness, baby. That's what we're all about. So, last week my talk was about having an ascended attitude. Today my talk is supposed to be about lighthearted living. Lighthearted. When we think about someone who's lighthearted, we think about someone who's just kind of bouncing through life. Kind of la-ti-da, carefree, maybe even cheerful, maybe playful, happy-go-lucky, easygoing, not taking things too seriously. Doesn't that sound good? Isn't that a great way to be? Not too long ago, I was talking with someone who, they weren't feeling lighthearted. That's for sure. Not at all. They were concerned about a situation going on in their business. They were troubled by a conflict in a relationship, having conflict with another person. They weren't feeling good about themselves, not feeling good in their bodies. I think they were kind of, feeling uncomfortable in their body, I think it was, with their weight. Oh, and they were worried about a financial situation. Can any of you relate to any of that on any level? Yeah, me too. And you can feel it as I'm talking about it, can't you? It just kind of weighs you down even to talk about it. Because cares and concerns like that, they're like a burden that weigh you down, aren't they? And my friend said, I wish I could just let it all go. Oh, how many times have you said that? I wish I could just not let it get to me. You ever said that? I wish I could just put blinders on and not let it get to me. Like so-and-so over here. He's got this going on and this situation and this problem, but he doesn't let it affect him. He doesn't let it get to him. Isn't that the way we do? We look at someone else's life as if it's just perpetual roses and rainbows. Probably not, right? Probably not. The master teacher Jesus said to his disciples, in the world, you have trouble, you have tribulation, you have suffering. But be of good cheer, be cheerful. Some versions say take heart. Why? Does anybody remember the rest of it? I have overcome the world. I have overcome the world. You notice he didn't say, I will be overcoming the world when I die and go to heaven to talk to God, to plead your case for all humans and kind of patch things up between you guys and the man upstairs. No, he said, I have overcome the world. I've already overcome this world, this realm of duality. In the world, this realm of duality that I've been talking about, you have ups and downs. Sometimes it's going to be smooth sailing, and sometimes it's going to be kind of rough. It's still a sailboat ride. Similar to what the Buddha said, life is suffering. Life is impermanent. Life is ever-changing, the ebb and flow of life. In fact, the highest aim of Buddhism is to break through this life of suffering and to live a life of permanent peacefulness, joy, and freedom. Doesn't that sound good? Jesus, in essence, is saying something similar to that. It's as if he's saying, I have this permanent peacefulness. I have unbounded joy. I have unlimited freedom because I have overcome the world. To overcome something means to get the better, to get the best of something. It means to render something incapable or powerless. So it's as if he's saying, this world, this realm of duality, has no power over me. It's incapable of holding me down, baby. As I said before, I hope that whenever you consider the words of Jesus, that you'll always remember that he, as one, if not the most enlightened spiritual teacher that's ever walked the planet, was never coming from a place of ego. It was never about him. It was always about the truth about God and the truth about himself that he had come to realize and to embody, and who he himself said we could realize and embody this truth, and that we would do even greater things than he did. So it's as if he's saying, you don't have to let the world get the best of you. I know, because I've overcome it, and you can overcome it too. How? By being of good cheer? By being cheerful? Doesn't that sound a little bit flip for a spiritual master to say? Well, let me shine the light just a little bit brighter here this morning. That word, that Greek word there that's simply translated be of good cheer or take heart, is the Greek word tharseo. It means to be emboldened from within. It literally means to radiate warm confidence, to be warm-hearted. This world, it's as if he's saying, you can overcome the world. It doesn't have any power over you when you go within and remember who you are and what you're all about. So we go within and we remember our wholeness regardless of how broken the outward appearances may be. We go within and we remember our support, that our good does not come from our jobs or our bank accounts or our investments or our talents or our gifts or other people, our family and friends. Our good comes from the God of our being. We go within and we realize and remember our value, that we are golden. We are light. We are made of unconditional love. And that even if all the love in the world was drained out of it, that there's enough unconditional love in you to fill it all back up again. We go within and we remember our power, that we are conduits of the one spirit and one source of all life, that we're not here simply to be affected by what we see and what we think and what we feel and what we hear on the news and what we taste and touch and smell. No. We're here to radiate the light we are. We're here to radiate warm confidence. We're here to be warm-hearted, to be light-hearted. We go within and we remember who we are. Then our hearts become lighter. Our hearts lighten up because the cares and concerns, the burden is lifted. We go within and our minds lighten up. We become lighter because the chaos and the confusion are gone, and wisdom and clarity take their rightful places. So we lighten up. And as we lighten up, the world lightens up. Are you ready to lighten up this morning? You ready to live a light-hearted life? You say yes to that? And so it is. So let's take a few moments just to contemplate these things and go into the silence. Consider the words that have been spoken or the ideas that have come forward for you. There is a way to lift ourselves above the cares and concerns. There is a truth that resides in the center of our being. There is a life, God's life, longing to express fully and unobstructed through us. Just silently affirm that life is God's life, flowing through me right now. I let it be. I let it be. I let it be. I release my mental arguing. I release the emotions that divide my heart. And I slip back into oneness, into wholeness. I become that integrated, whole, powerful expression of God. And my life becomes harmonious and peace-filled. I begin to live in a light-hearted way as that light that I am expresses in all that I do and all that I say and all that I am. This is the way. This is the truth. This is the life expressing in and through and as me right now. I let it be. I let it be. I let it be. And take a deep breath, and when you're ready, you can come back to the room. Okay, here we go with the lights.